The Rams and the Packers were definitely two of the teams that were filled with question marks at the start of the season, but just when we think we get them answered, more questions seem to arise as the weeks go on. But one thing that's definitely not in question, guys, it's Customer Appreciation Week over at wagertalk.com. Plenty of deals and steals going on over there. But my favorite, how about just $469 to close out the rest of the calendar year with your favorite capper or cappers from wagertalk.com? That's under $59 a week for all premium plays on all major sports. So go lock that up before it's too late, guys, and get your favorite capper for the rest of 2023 locked up. But as I mentioned, guys, the wide receiver for the Rams, quarterback for the Packers, there were definitely question marks coming into the season. What were the Rams going to do without Cooper Kupp? Well, Puka Nacua and Tutu Atwell definitely answered that question. And Jordan Love started the year looking like he could be a short-term, if not a long-term replacement for these Green Bay Packers. But now, with the Rams, the question mark lies with their quarterback. Matthew Stafford got hurt last week, missed the second half after injuring his thumb on the two-point conversion, and they moved forward with Brett Rypien, who is coming in from Boise, fourth year in the league, but he's thrown 8 career interceptions to just 4 career touchdowns in very limited opportunities. So we'll see how much faith they have in him moving forward, or if Matthew Stafford can make it back. But the Rams have still lost back-to-back games, but that's still better than a Packers team now that has dropped 4 consecutive games. You know, it should be an interesting one here, seeing as both of these defenses are better in the secondary than they are against the rush. But Jordan Love now has turned things around in a negative sense. He's thrown 7 interceptions and just 4 touchdowns in the last 4 games, averaging just over 200 yards per game through the air. Taking on a Chargers secondary that has improved since the opening week and has been better than their rush defense, but the same can be said for the Packers. You know, Green Bay has actually dominated this head-to-head series in recent years. They're 10-0-1 against the spread in the last 11 meetings, 9-2 straight up, but this is definitely a different team than history has shown this year between the two. And the Rams are 7-0 against the spread under Sean McVay after allowing 35 points or more this year, or in his tenure. But, you know, I have to be looking at the total here. I think there's too many question marks to really pick a side. But this Rams defense, outside of last week against Dallas, only 2 teams have put up 25 or more points in a game against the Rams, one of which was Dallas last week. The other one was San Francisco. So 2 of the best offensive units in the league this year should be putting up that many points, you know, against a defense of this caliber, but nobody else has really been able to pick it apart like they have. You know, the Rams are actually 11-2 to the under in the last 3 years after a game with 50 or more combined points. And the Packers, not only have they lost 4, but they've gone under in 3 straight as well, putting up just 13.3 points per game and allowing just 20 points per game. You know, there are a lot of question marks, as I've mentioned, but a lot of them are on the offense for both teams here. And the defenses have gotten the job done recently, at least in terms of limiting the points of the opposition. So we'll see where this line settles out here at the end of the week, especially once the question marks around the Rams quarterbacks potentially get answered. But I have to be looking at the under in this one, with Jordan Love creating more questions than he's answering in the last couple of weeks. I like the under here in Lambeau between the Rams and the Packers this weekend. But before you go, guys, make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel. If you like the content, you'll get notifications every time we post stuff moving forward, so that way you won't miss any of the action. And check out some of the videos on the screen in the meantime for some of the other games for this weekend's football card.